Hi folks, welcome to ONT Adventures, and I'm sitting here in a parking lot. Well, what am I doing here? I'm doing something today that I've never done before. Come on over, let's check it out. Take a look at the building in the background, it might give you some indication as to what I'm doing today. Any guesses? Here's another guess at what I'm up to today. Anyone got it yet? As you can see from the background, I'm at Aldershot rail station today, and I'm actually going to be taking GO Transit, or GO Train specifically, for the first time. I've taken the GO Bus in the past, but I've never actually taken the GO Train, so come with me, let's go check it out. Our trip starts on the Lakeshore West Line at Aldershot GO Station, which is located in Burlington, Ontario. As well as being on the Lakeshore West Line of the GO Train, there is also GO Transit buses, Via Rail trains on the Quebec City to Windsor corridor, as well as Amtrak's Maple Leaf train that runs to New York City. The station is also connected to Burlington Transit and Hamilton Street Railway, making it a great spot for commuters. As we make our way onto the platform, I'll point out that the Lakeshore West Line is the oldest in the GO Train network, dating back to May 23, 1967. Aldershot is serviced by two-way all-day service 7 days a week to Toronto Union Station in 15-minute intervals. You can also head west towards the Hamilton GO Centre with onward travel to St. Catharines, Niagara Falls, and beyond. Further down the line, the station also provides connections to the TTC in Toronto and local transit systems like MyWay in Mississauga and Oakville Transit. Approaching the station is an MPI MP40PH3C locomotive, built in Boise, Idaho at Motive Power, delivered to the GO Transit fleet between 2007 and 2008. All GO trains are built of double-deckers, with a lower level that has an accessible platform, a middle level, and the upper level with both forward and rear-facing seats. The Lakeshore West Line is primarily made up of 12-car units and can typically hold a large number of commuters. Now let's find our seat at the front of the car. Not too long after finding my seat, we make our way towards Toronto Union Station. Today's trip will take us through Appleby, Bronte, Oakville, Clarkson, Port Credit, Long Branch, Mimico, and Exhibition before finishing at Union Station.
Now arriving at Burlington. Happy days at Burlington.
Only a few minutes down the line, we arrive at the very large Burlington GO Station. Taking a quick look at the seats, you can see they're in a pod formation. They're quite soft and rather comfortable. There's even a standard power socket. As we work our way towards the city of Oakville and Appleby Station, you can see we're there at 107 kilometers per hour. Not a bad clip. This cabin was also considered a quiet zone, which is a nice reprieve. Appleby Station is our introduction to the city of Oakville. There will be 2 other stations within Oakville, and then the rest will be in Mississauga and Toronto. As we leave Appleby Station, it's worth noting the ample parking and bus connections for onward transit from these stations. All GO stations feature this. left Appleby Station and we're on to Bronte Station next, so let's see how this goes. As we continue along the line, you can see how industrial and commercial the Lakeshore West line is. However, I was enjoying the sunshine and the odd glimpse of the lake. The trains are Wi-Fi enabled, and they work quite well, which is great when you're a commuter. As we arrive into Bronte Station, we get more glimpses of commercial and industrial properties, as well as the ample parking and onward bus connections.
Next stop is Oakville. Oakville Station.
As this is a commuter line, the train does make all the stops, and a 55-kilometer trip takes approximately an hour. If you're looking for a faster service, Via Rail does stop at some of the locations and runs fast most of the way along the route, but will cost you a little bit extra. Via Rail is Canada's national passenger rail provider. As we pull into Oakville GO Station, I'm sure you're all curious about how much this trip cost. The standard fare along the Lakeshore West corridor is $13.30. However, I was on a weekend pass, so it only cost me $10 for all the travel that I could do within a 24-hour period. As we leave the multi-story car park of Oakville GO behind, it also marks our crossing from the city of Oakville to the city of Mississauga. Now, for those bound for Toronto Pearson Airport, the Up Express is a great way to get there quickly from Union Station. As we leave Port Credit Station, I'd just like to point out that the architecture of the stations is generally quite basic, except for those that are slightly older and have the nice stone buildings. In this case, Port Credit is a metal structure with stone pillars.
Des travaux de construction sont en cours pour transformer votre gare. Veuillez faire preuve de prudence lorsque vous sortez du train et restez attentif à votre environnement.
One of the best features of the Lakeshore West line is that you get to pass the Mimico Rail Yard. The facility is located on the site of the former CN Mimico Yard, which was a large freight yard built by Grand Trunk Railway in the early 20th century. It now acts as Via Rail's main maintenance base in the Toronto area. This is where they service, clean, and repair Via Rail trains. This includes both the current fleet and the new train sets being introduced. The yard is easily visible from the Islington Avenue flyover bridge, which provides a great vantage point for train enthusiasts and photographers. It is situated directly across the Lakeshore West Line from the GO Transit Willowbrook Rail Maintenance Facility. This proximity highlights the shared history and parallel operations of the two rail networks in the area. As the suburbs make way to the city, we see large skyscrapers adorn the side of the rails. This area is part of the suburb of Etobicoke and has great views of the Toronto skyline. At this point, the route parallels the Gardiner Expressway as we race towards Exhibition Station and eventually Union Station. Just beyond the highway, you can start to see more glimpses of Lake Ontario. There have been lots of upgrades to the lakefront area in Toronto, where you see lots of cyclists, joggers, and all sorts enjoying the water. Not only is the crumbling Gardiner Expressway being upgraded, you also see lots of upgrades to Exhibition Station in preparation for the launch of the Ontario Line. The Ontario Line is a new transit line meant as a relief line that will connect Exhibition Station to the new Eglinton LRT, with completion expected in approximately 2031. We now leave Exhibition Station for a short run to Union Station, which will pass below a lot of historic buildings in Toronto, including Rogers Centre and the CN Tower. So I'm here at Union Station, but my trip's actually not done. I got one more stop to go on this train over here, which is actually the one that I just came off of. So we're gonna jump on there. It departs in about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna be off to Danforth Station, which is our final destination. The train shed at Union Station features 16 platforms with services such as GO, VIA, and Amtrak going through here. From here, passengers can access GO buses, TTC buses, and the TTC subway, as well as Scotiabank Arena and all of Front Street. So I've gone for the lower level this time because it's only one stop, so we'll catch you at Danforth Station.
GO Transit and operating crew, thank you for riding with us today, and we hope you have a pleasant trip. First station stop will be Danforth Station.
This old signal box on Cherry Street dates back to 1931. However, the structure has a heritage designation and has been kept by GO Transit. If you look closely below the Gardiner, you can see the Cherry Street North, South, and Commissioners Bridges. These are a huge part of the Portland's revitalization. Here we cross over the Don Valley Parkway, the starting section, before we make our way onto Danforth Station, our final destination. As we arrive on the platform at Danforth Station, it's great to see these massive trains and just how big they are and how much they help commuters. Say goodbye to our nice train that's going on to the Oshawa Go Center. As our train departs, I take a few moments to summarize the journey. Alright, well I made it here to Danforth Station. Apologies for the construction noise. There's lots going on, lots of development. Not a bad ride. First time doing the GO train again. Very basic, definitely commuter service. Didn't find a lot of amenities. I think I found one plug socket in the area I was sitting in for the first leg of the trip, but it was good. It was nice to not have to drive with all the construction in Toronto. So that's it for me in this one. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.